California eviction and foreclosure bans due to the coronavirus outbreak. California Governor Gavin Newsom issued an executive order making it clear that local city governments can impose eviction protections for tenants who are unable to pay their rent because of coronavirus or loss of income as a result of the outbreak. Almost immediately, San Francisco, San Diego, and many other California cities announced such bans. Currently, it looks like these bans are effective until May 31st, 2020, or as the executive order says, unless extended. What I find disturbing about this compassionate order is the fact that I have not seen any definitive outline of how the rental owners are going to be compensated for what could easily be thousands in unpaid rent. Governor Gavin Newsom's executive order definitively states that California cities can put the bans in effect immediately, but only asks mortgage lenders to look for solutions granting some relief. Personally, I believe that before, or in unison with our California governor and cities issuing these bans, they should have clearly defined how the rental owners would be compensated for their loss of rental income. Many single-family home rentals are owned by residents who may just own one rental, and in many cases, this rental was the owner's first home. Instead of selling the home, they decided to keep it as an investment. The vast majority of these mom-and-pop rental owners have existing mortgages on their rental units. Plus, they are obligated to make repairs and do preventive maintenance. Most of these rental owners have allowed for these costs, but now have not allowed for such a ban that prevents evicting non-paying tenants. And this could very well end up with a future foreclosure by the landlord's mortgage lender. Now, I understand lenders will most likely work with owners to allow for late or non-mortgage payments, but I do not believe they will or can forgive 2 or more monthly payments. Keep in mind, most mortgages are packaged up into large bundles of mortgages and sold to other financial institutions. So in the real world, the state or cities should not put the burden of providing housing to non-paying renters under any circumstances. What should be done right now is clearly state that these California rental owners who are affected by non-payment of rent will immediately be compensated in full and in an expeditious manner by the cities that issue these bans. Sure, I know this is California, but to rush off with bans on evictions without details on how the owners will recoup their losses seems crazy to me. The order does not relieve the tenant from the obligation to pay or restrict the landlord's ability to recover rent that is due. The problem with this is that if the tenant just moves out after 2 or more months of non-payment of rent and has no funds or no job to return to, how does the landlord recover these rental costs? If the tenant skips town or has few or any resources, chances are nil that the landlord will ever recover these losses. Sure, at a high additional cost, the landlord might hire an attorney to try to recover lost rent. But first you have to track down the tenant's new location, and if out of state, the landlord's legal expenses will soar, and your chance for recovery will be severely diminished. The California governor and California cities should have, and still can, say that the tenants in trouble because of the virus with rent payments can apply for vouchers that can be given to the landlords in place of rent. Then the landlords can cash these vouchers for cash at designated banks. Now, in this scenario, the tenant would be responsible for repayment of the vouchers to the city or state, and the owner would be relieved of the burden of trying to collect this money. The governor, just about 2 months ago, stated that California has a $26 billion surplus. This surplus and the emergency measure just passed by the California State Legislature this Monday, which frees up an additional $1.1 billion, so a total of over $27.1 billion can be used to compensate California landlords. I just don't understand why Governor Newsom didn't say this or propose this in his original executive order. It baffles me. And why the cities, at least San Diego and some of the other ones that I looked at, haven't said anything about compensation to landlords. Let's hope things change. For information about the current condition of the San Diego residential real estate market, be sure to visit brokerforyou.com. The 4 is FOR and the U is YOU. Hey, thanks.